Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
So this video is a little different because we're doing bookshelf tours and a Pango unhauling. So we want to show you guys what we're sticking on in our Pango store, or at least part of what's going into our Pango store, but we both cleaned the crap off the shelves.
We did.
Not like the books are crap, we just cleaned all the crap off the shelves. So
yeah, that didn't sound very good.
No, it didn't sound, not the books. Because a lot of the books I took off the shelves I did love. I just can't justify keeping it there when we have more events and they're just sitting there and we don't use them for anything. So,
and if you've never used Pango, there is a code below where you can save $5 off your first purchase.
Cool. But we both have
Pango
stores.
This is not like necessarily a Pango advertisement. That's
no.
It's an actual question. People are going to want to know, what are we doing with the books that we unhauled? So that is where they're going.
Well, they'll be listed in our stores.
All right.
So, okay.
So first, let's talk about our bookshelf tour. We've never done one of these. I did a bookshelf put together when I redid mine, but I didn't do an actual tour. And people have asked, that's one thing I think we've consistently been asked for is a bookshelf tour. So I have a question for everybody. Is this something you like? Do you want to see us do this again, like in another year or 7-8 months? Like, let us know if this is something you want to see.
Yeah. It forces us to like really look at our bookshelves. I rearranged everything.
Yes.
And I hated myself while I was doing it, but it feels good now that it's done. So
I did a couple shorts of books where I'm like, tell me if I should read these, like, just because I didn't know enough about the books, so I just wanted everyone's feedback. And I got some good feedback, but I also, somebody had mentioned, like, if it sits there for longer than 6 months, then, like, So when I cleaned off my shelf, I just kind of went with, like, am I ever going to read this? Yeah. There are books that I left that I have not read that have been there for 3 years. And I think the next time, if people want to see us do this again, the next time I'm gonna implement that. Like, if you have been, probably not the 6 months, but if you've been on my shelf like for more than 2 years, you gotta go. And I'm going into my next this whole year reading, like, what do I want to read? That's because mine is divided up by what I've read and what I haven't read. Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you want to see more of these.
And I think what you mean is that if they've been on your shelf for more than a certain amount of time and they're not read, because I mean, there's books on my shelf that are old like that, but they're favorites, and so they stay.
Books that I haven't read. No.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's kind of how I look at it in general. Especially when we did last year, we did our 10 to the end, or ended up being 15. There were some I put on there, and I was like, I don't want to read these. So why are they on my bookshelf? Like, I wanted to read them in the time, like when I bought them, but tastes have changed, or it's just not appealing to me, and I haven't read it. So why is it just taking up room on my shelf? So that's where we're at.
Okay, so let's start by talking about our bookshelf tour.
I think first, shouldn't we show them a bookshelf tour?
Yes. So we're going to pause and insert our bookshelf tours.
Yep.
And then we're going to come back. So who's going first?
You.
Okay, so we're going to pause. You're going to watch my bookshelf tour. Then we're going to come back and talk about it.
Yep.
Let's go on a bookshelf tour. Okay. All right, so here we are over on my bookshelf. Let's dive in and see what's going on. So over here, I have books I have not read yet. So not a lot of rhyme or reason for these books being over here. No particular order. And then I do have my Twilight series there. But yes, no particular order on how these are just books I have not read yet. Here, though, I do have special editions from some of these Jessica gave me. Some are from Bell Book Box, some are from Mystic Box. These two I got just from Pam at an event. Then we have some more special editions that I have not read yet. And more books I have not read. And then up here on this very top shelf, I have some holiday books and then some more special editions that I got from C.R. Jane. Over here, I have special they're check from Lauren Blakely. My dad is Czech, so I thought that was really cool. Then more books I have not read, more special editions that I have not read, more books I have not read, and more books that I have not read. I would like to say that was the end of the books I have not read, but that unfortunately is not the case. I have another bookshelf, so let's dive in over here. So this top shelf is more books that I have not read. Then on this shelf, also, isn't this adorable with Mr. Goose? On this shelf, these are books that I have not read that I have put either on our TBR or series I want to finish. So that's why these are here. These two are from Jessica, and this book is from Anna. And she told me to enjoy the cover. And let's just say I've been enjoying that cover. That's why he's on the end, so I can enjoy him all the time. Then down here, these are all the books that I got from Christmas that I really want to read. A few of these authors are going to be at events that Jessica and I are going to, so I really want to get to those. And then right here, I have my books read for the year count that Fabi sent Jessica in each one. So I had been wanting one, so I was really excited to get that. Then I have more books that I want to read. Again, not a lot of rhyme or reason for these. I do have a few Daisy Jane and Allie Martinez and Jennifer Hartman's there, Natasha Madison. And then again, more books that I have not read. We have some L.M. Halloran, Samantha Young, Claire Kingsley, and a few more over there of books that I just have not read. Now, ooh, my hand's right there. Now let's go look at all the books that I have read that I have. This part makes me feel a little bit better that these books are all some of my favorite books. So up here we have Corinne Michaels, Shel Sloan, Daisy Jane, and J.T. Geisinger. All books I've read. Yay, go me. Then, so everything I show you from now on should be books that I've read. So we have Laura Pavlov, Willow Astor. I recently grabbed a few of those because I realized they created a scene and I didn't want the book covers to change before I got them. Natasha Madison, BJ Alpha, Karen Crompton, Jennifer Melkin. Then down here we have Julianne. You might have noticed my Highland cows. I really love those. Then I have Elizabeth O'Rourke. I'm currently working on collecting the rest of these that I'm missing in, as she puts them, the Hot Guy covers. Some more Elizabeth O'Rourke, C.R. Jane, and Lisa Suzanne, and then a couple more down there. Then on this shelf, I just have a variety of books. Most of these are here based on their size and how they fit on there. So we got L.M. Halloran. Then down here, I have, again, books. Neva Altai series right there. I am missing, I think, the last one or two of that. Then we'll go over here to the next part. So up here, I have Calla Reed, Swathi. Oh, I have a Natasha Madison that does not belong there. That should be over there with Natasha Madison. So we have Lauren Rowe up here. Then let's see, I'll move this over here for right now. Then here we have Jennifer Hartman, Pam Godwin, Cora Riley, Taylor Swan. Again, a lot of my books are placed just based on size. And then I have Liz Tomforty and the original covers for the Windy City series. Then here I have Emma Scott. Lots of other just favorite books that I really like. Harlow James, Jason Mann, all of those right there. Then on this shelf, which most of you probably see quite often in the videos, I think this is right behind me. So actually maybe my back is blocking those. We have Penelope Douglas, Kate Oliver, Nikki Sloan, Ren Shear, B. Celeste, Sarah Kate, and then Lucia Franco. And then down here, just more books that I've read. Some Lauren Blakely, of course, Ruby Dixon, my latest obsession with Ice Planet Barbarians. And down here are books that are going on Pango, and you'll see more about our unhauling here pretty soon. And there I go with my hand again over that. Okay, up here are special editions that I have read. So these are either from the authors or different book boxes. Again, more special editions that I have read. And then my very favorite shelf of special editions, which is going to be Coveted cover. I've talked about Debt a lot. I love Debt and how pretty it is. I mean, all of these are just gorgeous. Jessica has done such a phenomenal job with these books. I love my Coveted cover books, and I am going to be ready for another shelf with my Coveted cover books. So I'm going to have to move stuff around again shortly. Then we have Carrie Ann Cole. I have my Vi Keeland box that I got my PR box, and then a box from Fabby. And then up here, just more books that I have read in no particular order. There's some Karen Crumpton here that are just a little bit too big that don't fit with the other sized Karen Crumpton books. Same here with Lauren Rowe. Then I have some more Lisa Suzanne over here and some other great authors. Just so many of my favorites. And then here, just more books. Kay Webster's over here and a few others, but a lot of these are authors that I don't have a ton of their books. And then we have Elle Kennedy, the Mom-Coms, and random stuff of mine. All right, so I think that covers my bookshelf tour. I really have a lot of books that I have not read, and maybe I need to go through them more thoroughly than I did for this unhauling. I don't know. I don't like to get rid of books though, so I think I'm just going to keep what I have on my shelf for now. And maybe in 6 months I need to do this again, and if books are still hanging out over there, I need to make some serious decisions. Let me know what you think I should do. There was my bookshelf tour. Jessica,
Yeah.
comments, thoughts, concerns.
Oh, I've got a few concerns.
Oh no.
Why? Why have you not read those Daphne Perry books yet? If you do not pick up Juniper Hill in like the next month, I am coming for that book. I want that special edition. They charge a butt ton for it on Pango. And if you do not pick up that book, I am going to come after you and just take it. That book deserves a home with somebody who loves it, okay?
So the Daphne Perry, I actually have 4.
You have several Daphne Perry, but the special edition of Juniper Unraveling, or Juniper Hill, Juniper Hill, Juniper Unraveling is the Carrie Lake book. Juniper Hill is, I loved that book. It is not his baby.
Oh, that is fun.
And it is a newborn.
Okay, yeah, there's 5 Daphne Perry books over there.
Yeah.
I will, I'm putting that, I wrote myself a note. Okay, I will get that read.
Okay, so now that we've got that taken care of.
We need to go refilm our TBR video.
Yeah, I know. Do you actually plan to read Ruining Dahlia? I'm just a little curious. I know you bought it because of the pretty pink edges, but it is why I choose. Do you actually plan on reading Ruining Dahlia by C.R. Jane?
Oh, these are some detailed questions. Yikes. I actually do, and I will tell you why. Sorry, my donkeys are really distracting me. They are not happy with me, and they are mad glaring at me from the field.
Lovely.
And I don't know if you just heard Reggie complaining out loud. One of my sons is outside working on some cars, and so when they hear people, they like to make everyone believe they're starving to death. They're not. They still need to lose some weight. No judgment.
That sounds like my husky. If anybody has food, she's like, hello, nobody's fed me today. And we're like, hello. Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
She'll howl at you until you feed her.
If I'm gone and I have somebody take care of them, I have to warn them. Like, this is how much they get, and they are going to tell you that they are dying and you need to feed them more. Don't believe them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Ruining Dahlia. I am actually going to read it, and I'm going to read it before Don't Say Mafia by C.R. Jane comes out, Jagger's book, because I watched her talking about, she did this like life update, what she's working on, and she was talking about it, and she said that it's very, like, it's the darker mafia world, like in Ruining Dahlia, and so I'm like, I really want to read it.
Yeah.
I know it's not supposed to be my cup of tea, but I want to read it.
Yeah, and I read that one first, I think, and then I went back to the beginning. I felt like the first couple, Ruining Dahlia, and then the other one by Ivy, somebody other, or the Ivy one. That one was good. Those ones were good. The first couple were really good. They kind of get as you get going, but further, because they're all written by different authors. But Ruining Dahlia is amazing. So yeah, I love that. It was my first C.R. Jane, second C.R. Jane. So
yep, I am gonna read it.
Okay. All right. Love the Highland cows. I do have to say I'm a Highland cow freak. I really appreciate the Highland cows. When I was doing a Scottish Highland dance, like they would have actual cows at the events, and I love me some Highland cows, so I do appreciate that.
I have wanted a real Highland cow for years and years, like long before they were popular, way
but
before
now they're bred
2020.
for that, and they're very expensive.
They are extremely expensive. I cannot afford one.
No, no. I'm also surprised by how many Daisy Jane books you have there that are not read. I thought you'd read pretty much everything by Daisy.
I know, isn't that wild? I do need to
Yeah.
get going on that too. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just jelly that you have all that space for your books because I'm trying to shove mine in between my bed and the wall. And I know it's not easy. So just saying.
Well, is this a good transition to your bookshelf tour?
Yeah. Let's show them the difference between the light and the. Oh, I didn't even realize that. You got the light ones, I got the dark ones, the dark freak, and then you. Like, come on. That makes sense. It really does. Yeah. I don't have a lot of wall space in my house for we have more windows than wall, like there's a lot of windows in like the living room and stuff where it breaks up the walls, where we don't have the room for it. So this is pretty much all we get, is what they're gonna see
Well,
next.
I am in what used to when we first bought our home. This was like the kids' playroom.
Yes,
And
I
then
remember that.
as they got older, it morphed into the family room.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
in the last 3 years, I successfully moved everybody's shit out of here and
Yeah.
turned it into my room.
I know. And we have our living room, kitchen, and formal living room, which would be like the rec room or whatever. The rec room is the back room, but there's all open floor plan. So if they were closed off more, I could do that, but I can't because it's all open floor plan.
Mhm.
So I have to wait till somebody moves out, and my girls share a room, so it's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, the cat has a cat tree in here.
Yeah.
And there's a recliner in here, and people come
But
in
you
here
read
all
in
the
the
time and
recliner.
sit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's
So
really everything in here is mine.
I know, isn't that nice? All right, well, let's show them my little space where I have books.
Yes.
So it's bookshelf tour time. Here's mine. Mandy's done hers. So Mandy has the big, beautiful white shelves. I don't. I literally have a wall. Mandy has a whole room. It's not fair. I need to see if I can get any of my kids to move out and steal their bedroom. We'll work on that one. But I have actually a couple of different bookshelves just because I have this wall, which is where we film, or I film in front of the wall. And then I have a few other ones in the house. I'm going to show you one. I do have one that has like all my Mystic Box books and stuff on them. That's out in the living room, and because I just cleaned off my shelves and did an unhauling of some of these books, I have stacks of books that need to be listed on Pango in front of them. So we're just going to pretend that you guys saw that one because there's stuff sitting in front of it. So let me show you what I've got going on here on my bookshelves. All right, so let's go down. We'll start down here at the beginning. Oh, this is like my pride and joy. Yes, I do keep my Bible on top of my bookshelves. Maybe it'll cleanse the books. I don't know. Anyhow, this is my grandfather's 100-year-old Bible here. This is like my most prized possession. So it's a little over 100 years old. It's my great grandfather or great grandfather's, and he used to do his sermons and stuff out of it. So it has sermon notes in it, which I just love. Okay, so up here, this is my contemporary shelf. Yes, I have one shelf that's contemporary. But up here I have the old bodice ripper type books that are smaller. They don't really fit anywhere. They just don't work. So I have all of those up here on this shelf. I love the Maya Banks ones. I really wish she would finish that series. And then down here, I have a lot of my contemporaries. So you're going to see Elizabeth O'Rourke, Devaney Perry. This is my Karen section over here. This is the Nutcracker my son brought back from Germany for me. You'll see that I have a lot of these like crystal type things on here. My business partner Stacy, before she and I decided to start Coveted Cover, she had a rock and mineral business, and so I have a lot of these. I just think that they're beautiful, and it shows you what's things that have come from the ground and that are in the earth and that are just absolutely gorgeous. So I don't use them for anything other than that, but that is what they're there for. They're just pretty and they're fun to look at. So anyhow, this is my next row. We've got just a lot more contemporary, and then more contemporary. Down here is where my Corinne Michaels is, and just, I mean, yeah, this is all. It's all I allow for contemporary. Sorry, I keep forgetting that my camera's over on the other side. Anyhow, that's all I have for contemporary. Then up here, oh, these are my coasters my daughter brought back from Belize. This is like the catch-all. Tell me what you guys do with these things when you go to events, and like, and others are giving you stickers and stuff. I don't even know. Mine go into a catch-all. And so I have this catch-all here to catch all of it because I don't know what to do with it. And then you have my Ice Planet Barbarian shelf. It's actually 2 shelves here. So this is literally all Ruby Dixon. And then this section right down here is Ruby Dixon. And you see there's some, a lot of Zoe Draven. There's some more alien stuff on here. We've got that. These are things that some people made, somebody made for me one year for, in one of Ruby's reading groups, we do a no poison day giveaway, or not giveaway, but everybody gives, what do we call those? Christmas cards. Christmas cards. We do a Christmas card exchange. And so one year somebody sent me a Quee that she had made, which I actually love this thing. So anyhow, so that's what I have here on my Ruby Dixon shelf. So we've got Ruby Dixon, we've got some more aliens. This is what Mandy calls my weird shit shelf. So this bookshelf holds all of the stuff that you're going to see, some more of the paranormal stuff. You got, I mean, we've got Beatrix Hollow down here and C.D. Reese. You've got Regine Abel on this list. You got down here, you've got some of my D.D. Prince, L.V. Lane, Kristen Ashley, and then when we get down to the bottom, we've got like T.S. Kenley and some Omegaverse stuff. So this is where you're going to find all of what Mandy refers to as my weird shit stuff. So, you know, okay. And you saw behind me, I actually have a chair that I sit in when we record, and I've pulled it back and it has my laundry on it for today that I need to fold after I get done with this. I promise I don't just leave laundry laying around. But all of my old journals are up here. And like these are even the older ones that we wrote in. So I keep them all in one spot here on top. And then we have my post-apocalyptic shelf. So this is where you're going to find post-apocalyptic and dystopian on this shelf. It's obviously getting full and I need a whole nother shelf for that. And then we start just to get into the darker stuff. So I've got all of my Jamie Bagley here. My Maggie Rodden is here. There's a section over here that's all Karina Halley. You've got my C.R. Jane, S.J. Tilley. There's some more C.R. Jane there. Down here is where Neva Altai is. And V.V. Easton's back over here. And a bunch of Kay Webster and Gray Rivers. So I have those down there. And then up here, we have, these are like all the books that I have just received, either for my birthday or just before my birthday. And so that's all here. And of course, our little guy that Fabi sent and the countdown, which I need to change that number for the year, but that is there. And then this is my BJ Alpha shelf that she shares with Liz Hamilton. And then Grace McGinty's shelf here. And Cora Riley and Mila Finelli. And there is LV Lane is down here. She sent me a special book. So that is there. And then down here we have just some more dark romance. And then the bottom shelf again is dark romance as well. And then for my last shelf, the one that you guys see, sorry. So then for my last shelf, this is the one that you see behind me most of the time. So you have all of our bestie stuff here. And then this is my coveted cover shelf. I actually need more bookshelves for my coveted cover stuff. I really do. It's just, I don't have the room for it. Like we have a lot of windows in our house, not in my bedroom, obviously, but we have a lot of windows in our house. And so we don't have a lot of wall space. Like the wall space we do have has windows. So coveted cover books, my babies. More dark romance here. Tilly Cole and Serena Eckeroy down here. And then my Calla Reed plays, my Calla Reed books. Some Pam. Pam is actually on a different shelf out in my living room. So yes, so these are the books that you typically see behind me here when we're recording. Now I do have a little bit extra room, like I could go up higher with another bookshelf, but I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I'm going to, but I mean, I do have that opportunity. I do have things like these canvases down here that were made when I first started reading. I have these canvases that were made and you know, that are hanging there. I'd have to move them somewhere else. I'm not sure where else I would move them. But I do like my bookshelves. I think the white ones, I would love the white ones, but they'd get scuffed, I think. So I don't know. So anyhow, my husband, everything we have is brown. Don't ask why. I have no clue why. But anyhow, this is it. This is mine. I do have one more that I'm going to show you because 99% of the books on these shelves I've read. I have read all of these books. There might be one or two that are kind of sprinkled in here that I haven't, but for the most part, I have read these books. But let me show you where my books are that I have not read yet. So this shelf, if you guys remember, if you've been here for a while, you know, when Mandy and I first started recording, I actually recorded in this little corner right next to my bathroom with this bookshelf. So this shelf right here holds all of the books that I have not read yet. So these are all books that have probably been on my TBR forever and I just haven't gotten to them. But it's also kind of nice now that I have them over here. I can see it, like I can physically see what I need to read, what I still have. So I have this shelf. It actually has my son, when he was a baby, those are his feet from when he was a baby. He's 20 now, and I noticed the kids were drinking out of it a lot, and I was like, no, I don't want it broken. So I brought it in here. But so I've got that shelf, that's this shelf right here that has some as well. And then this shelf, which this is harder to do than it looks because of the way we record these. And then this last shelf down here, which this one has all of my ACOTAR books on it. I've already read those, but basically this is it. This is what I have left to read off of my shelf. Although Mandy and I do have some events coming up really soon. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen there. Well, we do know we'll bring home more books. So then we'll be in a world of hurt again. So anyhow, but it was kind of nice doing the clean off or the unhauling off my shelves. I actually took off quite a bit of books and I made room for even more. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of room, but I did make room for all the new books that'll be coming in. So anyhow, so those are my shelves. All right, so that was my bookshelf tour.
Okay, I feel like there's a little hostility towards mine.
She might be a little jealous of yours. I mean, there's just so much room, and there's been room, and it's white, and it's pretty. I'm worried though. I mean, I guess you don't have you don't only you have one big dog. Like I'm more worried about our dogs and like scuffing up against white if I was to get white because somebody has no sense of personal space. He's laying over here, and I'm worried that they'll just get icky. But we are getting hardwood floors put into the bedrooms this spring, so we'll see what happens. I don't know, it might change things up a little bit, but yeah. Hi, Mr. Goose. Hi, Mr. Goose. So yeah, there was a little bit of hostility. I want the white bookshelves. I just don't know that I can handle them.
He jumped on my lap and then he wants down. Okay, so my notes would be double up those shelves.
I know.
Double them up. I wrote that down when I first started watching, and then you bring it up.
I know.
But
I mean, there's room to put more up there, but I can't necessarily double, but I could find like a 3 shelf thing to go up there. But yes.
Okay, keep talking. I have to let Mr. Goose back out.
Oh, I'm just saying, there's things I'd have to take off the wall that I don't want to.
I think you could figure it out.
My walls do need to be painted again, though, too. It's that time. It is that time.
It would give you a lot more room, especially with all the coveted cover books, because at some point you're going to have to get rid of books unless you don't want to keep your coveted cover books at your house anymore.
True. Now, the one thing I have heard, and I heard this from Stacy, my business partner. I heard this from Stacy when she bought her new house down in Seattle. We were putting up shelves in the house, and she was saying how with her insurance, because she has like a bonus room above the garage, and her insurance was telling her that they didn't want her putting a bunch of shelves with books like sitting around certain areas of the house because the weight from the books can cause the floors to bow. And I'm like, what? Really? So I don't know if that's really a thing. It is something
I
I
have
think about,
never
but
heard that your insurance tells you stuff like that.
Stace calls them. She called and got, or maybe it wasn't the insurance, maybe it was the housing inspector. Maybe that's what it was the inspector. It was somebody that came out to the house and was telling her that. So I was just kind of like, huh, didn't even think that that would be a thing. I mean, I get that it's a lot of weight, but you know, so is your bed. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Am
That's
I the only
true.
one that's heard that? I don't know. So anyhow, I would worry about a lot of weight in the room, but at the same time, I don't care as long as my books look pretty. That's somebody else's
Eventually,
problem.
my bookshelf is going. I have vaulted ceilings in here, and mine's gonna go all the way to the top, and I'm getting a ladder.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, so I
That's
do need to
phase
double these.
two.
That's phase two.
Jay
Phase
is
two for
very
me is
excited.
obviously, I bet he is obviously doubling up my shelves.
Okay, continuing on with my notes.
Mm-hmm.
How in the heck are you going to decide which Ruby Dixon books come with us?
Don't know.
We are going to
No.
have to get wigs and go through the line.
They'll all be, so here's my dilemma. I have the original covers, which are worth a lot. And so probably the first 5 will go with me, period. Just to get them signed. I'm scared to travel with them. What if they get damaged? I don't know what to do. Like, it's one of those things where I'm gonna have to really pack them
Should we drive?
to Texas.
You wanted to drive to
It can
Canada.
be done in like 3 days, but to Texas, no, I don't really want to drive all the way to Texas. I might though to protect my Ruby books. Now we know how to protect our books. I'll be careful. I just my thoughts were, do I do that or do I bring like my absolute 5 favorites out of the whole Ice Planet Barbarian series? And I'm talking spin-offs and stuff. But I'm like, but if these are the original covers and they're worth something, not that I'd ever get rid of them though either, but I'd like to have her signature in them. So I don't know. I haven't decided.
Okay.
Because that was a lot of Ruby books, wasn't it? Did you
And
see
then
my Quee? Did you like my little Quee?
I did. I
Yeah,
did
I
see
did
that.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My next comment was just the weird shit shelf.
I told you I had a weird shit shelf. I've got one little contemporary shelf and then one weird shit shelf. So
That was fun.
yeah.
And then my comment, it's funny that you were like, you have so many Daisy Jane books to read.
Mhm.
My comment was actually, why have you not read The Other Brother?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping now that Daisy is doing audio more, like she's got back into doing her audio because she's got some that's coming out with Tor. I was kind of hoping that she'd go back and do audio for The Other Brother. Daisy, please do audio for The Other Brother. But if not, I will physically read it here eventually.
Okay.
It's up there. It's what I do want to do. I know it's been there for a while, but I'm not getting rid of that.
All right.
So,
Well, those were all my notes. And I know we have our unhauling to show. So are we ready to
yes.
move on to that? Or did you have anything else you wanted to say about your
No,
bookshelf?
I just think if you guys have any questions about our shelves, put them below. We'll do our best to answer them. But you know, you don't have to have fancy bookshelves to have a little library in your room or in your
No, you
house.
don't.
So mine come from Amazon and they're cheap. And even the ones you got from IKEA are cheap for what they are. If you were to get just a couple. Yeah. So, okay, let's unhaul some stuff. So we both have about 20 to show.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some series that I count as one. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah. Go.
All right. Okay, so the first set is a series that I have. I have read these, I think all except for one. They've sat on my shelf for more than, so it was from the very first time that we went to Vegas. So 3 Vegas trips ago. And I never talk about them because they're overly popular. And not that they're not good, they're great. I've never talked about them on a video, and I'm like, why are they just taking up room? And that is the Amy Dawes series that starts with Wait With Me. I can't remember what she calls this series. I loved all these books. These were great. I just don't need to keep them. So these are all signed by Amy. I don't think they're personalized. I think they're just signed. Hopefully I was smart. I don't normally let an author put my name in a book, just in case I don't keep it. So I'm just double checking here. Yep, they're just signed. So these are going to go into my Pango store. Love them. Just, they're taking up room. So they're going to go. They're all brand new. spine hasn't been cracked. So yeah. What's
Are
your
we going
first
back
one?
and forth?
Yeah.
Okay, so most of mine came from several of these came from dark heart romance that I'm going to show first, and I just didn't. This is Daddy's Angel by K.A. Knight. I read it. I didn't care for it. I didn't read this book. I read it on my Kindle.
Okay.
Done.
Well, no, you guys should. Where, did I miss the book when I was looking down?
You must have.
Oh, what book was it? Oh,
Daddy's
yeah, okay,
Angel
okay.
by K.A. Knight. I said that.
K.A. Knight in
Wow.
general. I
Get
don't
your
even.
listening ears going, woman.
Did you even try to read that one yet?
I said I read it and I just didn't care for it.
I was listening, but I was looking to see which book would be my next
I
one.
don't think you were listening.
I'm sorry, because the minute I heard you say K.A. Knight, it should have sent me into a frenzy because I just do not like her writing. Okay, so this next author, do I like the writing of this author? Yes, but I've had this book once again since we were in Vegas the first time, and I have not picked it up to read, and I just don't care. So this is signed, but this is Blame It on the Pain by Ashley Jade. And I don't want to read it now. I just don't want it.
I have that book too on my shelf. I kept it though.
You haven't read it though.
I want to though someday.
I mean, I want to, but if I do, I'll read it on my Kindle. It's just sitting there taking up space.
Okay.
Okay.
I have Dark Mafia Prince. No desire to read it. I'm just trying to clean stuff off.
Yeah. Okay. So I have The Midnight Arrow by Zoe Draven. I have read this. This is actually signed by Zoe. I saw her last February. It's a novella. It's in her the vampire world, the vampire alien world. It was fine. It wasn't my favorite. I like all the other books instead, and so I don't need it sitting there staring at me.
Okay. I have Swan Song. Again, when I first started getting into reading, I was just excited to get books, and I asked for Christmas for some of these like book where it was basically like mystery bundles and stuff. I now know I need to be picky with that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just clearing off books that they might be great. I just don't have an interest in reading them.
Yep. So I pulled Named by M.L. Marion. I love this book. So much so that M.L. Marion sent me a hardback copy. And so I don't need 2 copies sitting on my shelf. So I'm keeping the hardback, and I'm going to put this one in my Pango store.
Okay, at first I was like, whoa, this is getting
I know,
brutal.
I was waiting for that one.
Okay, then I have London Lovers by J.R. Gale. Same thing, came in a box with other books. I just, it's literally been on my shelf for almost 4 years.
Uh-huh. So then I have, let me just see if this one's signed. It is. The Flame King's Captive by Chloe Chastain. This is also Lilith Vincent. This is the fantasy name that she writes under. This is a fantasy Omegaverse. I loved this first book. I didn't like the books after it. So if you're a fantasy reader, you might actually like it more than I did. It's hard for me to get into fantasy. So I'm going to put the first book in my Pango store. I think I have the second book somewhere too. I probably end up putting the second one in there, but it's not on my shelf. I might have unhauled it already. So, but this one is signed by Chloe. So that's going to go to my Pango store.
Okay, another one I'm unhauling is this anthology, Love on the Slopes. Again, came with a bunch of books. I don't really like anthologies that much. That's just me, my preference.
Yeah. So I pulled One Night by Lena Hendricks. I have read this one. It was okay. It was a Lena Hendricks. I feel like hers are good palette cleansers. It's signed by her. We got it in an event, and I don't talk about it, so I don't need to have it on my shelf because it's not something I'm going to pull and talk to you guys about. So it's going to go in the store. Nothing wrong with it. Just going to go to the store.
Okay, starting with the Playboy, same thing. Came with a bunch of books. No desire to read it. It's been sitting on my bookshelf for almost 4 years.
Okay. So speaking of things sitting on a bookshelf for 3 to 4 years, this one hurts Mandy, I think. I'm getting rid of my Laura Pavlov. I love Laura. I have all of these on my shelf. So this is at the time, I don't know if this is all of them, but the first one in the Cottonwood Cove series. And then all of the Honey Mountain ones that I have. And I don't think this is the whole Honey Mountain series. I think she was still writing it. I could be wrong. These are all signed, but these are all actually personalized. So they do say Jessica and then they have a thing inside of them. But that's because at the time it was our very first event that I got these at. And I let her do that. And then I realized that, wait, I don't want them putting my name in it because resale kind of things. But I am going to put this in the Pango store. It's not that I don't love them because they're great. I just don't need them sitting on my shelf.
I love the Honey Mountain series. That's a good series.
It was what originally introduced me to Laura. So I love Laura. I just don't need them.
Okay. Next, I have a book that came again with a bunch of books, and I DNF this. I did not enjoy it at all. It's Never Never by Colleen Hoover and Taryn Fisher. I could not get into it.
Sorry. Okay. Colleen Hoover. It wouldn't even get me in my house. Not through the door. Okay. So the next one I have is Second Chance Scandal by M. Robinson. I do believe this one is signed by Monica as well. We just double check. Yep, it is. I got these in a mystery box from Monica. I read it, loved it. But again, I don't talk about it. So, doesn't need to be out there.
Okay, another book I DNF'd. Let us know if you ever want to see a DNF video. Twice in a Lifetime by Melissa Barron. I bought this at the bookstore. I thought it sounded good because there was like some time travel-y type stuff in it, and so I was really interested in it, and I just couldn't get into the book.
Baby for the Boss Hole by Nadia Lee. Great book. Signed by her as well. I read it. It's good. And there you go.
Okay, another book box. Random books in it. So this is All the Best Nights. Sat on my shelf for a couple years, so I'm unhauling it because I haven't read it.
Okay. All right, Mandy. This one might sit you back for a second here. You ready? The Wild Man by Alex Grayson. So we met Alex last June at Bray. And I got a special edition copy of it from her. So I don't need 2 copies of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that I have learned my lesson about buying boxes of mystery books.
Have you, though?
Okay. This is Drive. Sat on my shelf. Don't have a desire to read it.
My original copy of Take Me With You by Nina G. Jones, one of my favorite books of all time. But being the owner of a dark romance book box company, one of my highlights of my first year in business was getting to do Take Me With You by Nina G. Jones. And so I don't need to have 2 copies of this on my shelf because this one is absolutely friggin' gorgeous. It's one of my favorite covers that we've done. So this one is going to go onto the store.
Okay.
In another box.
Yeah. Well, I think most of these came from the same box, honestly. Or there were like 2 or 3 boxes that they all came from. This is Out of Love. Again, sat on my shelf, so I'm unhauling it because I have not read it.
Okay, so this is another one that I have read, The Day She Cried by Kay Webster. It is a great book. It was a very enjoyable. I don't know, is this one signed? It is signed by Christy. I read it. It's great, but it's not something that, like, it's been in a couple videos, but I don't need to have it sit on my shelf anymore. So I have a ton of other Kay Webster books that I need to read.
Okay. Buried Dreams by Natasha Madison. I know. This is like one of your shockers, though. So I got this book, and then I ended up buying the whole series with the dual covers. So I don't need another copy of it.
Okay. I feel that in my bones.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey.
I do love that series.
Where There's a Will by Amber Hughes. Do we know why? Because the new one's right here. It just showed up. Isn't this pretty, Mo?
I'm still waiting for mine.
Yours will be here this week because yours shipped out on Friday. But like, look, isn't it pretty? So here, let me show you. My favorite is the other side, the reverse side of the dust jacket, because it's the couple. Look, isn't that pretty? But then this is leather or faux leather. So anyhow, so because I already have the special edition copies, obviously I don't need to keep a second copy of it, even though it is a favorite book of mine. So I will be selling my copy, my original copy, and keeping my special edition. Oops.
This is from, I don't know, you might remember because I think you got this too. Maybe it's Dark and Quirky or Cover to Cover. I don't know. It was some box. It's Dirty Like Dylan by Jane Diamond. I thought you got this too.
I don't know if I did. It's
I haven't even taken it out of the plastic wrap. I did not. It came because there was another book that I wanted that was in the box, I think, or I signed up because there was a particular book I wanted. I don't really remember. I have read this. I didn't really care for the book that much. I liked some of the others in this series, just not this one. So I just never even opened it, and I don't need it. So there we go.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have this one here, and I'm trying to see if it was in a box, but I can't tell because it is a hard copy, and it's Broken Bride by Stella Gray. So this is, it's a hardcover copy. I've read this series, and it is a series. So this is book 1 in a series, and I read it when I was first starting to read. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it literally is book 1 in a series, and I can't tell you what it's about. It's been that long since I read it, so I don't need to keep the book.
Okay. Next, I have Against the Wall. I got this in a swag bag at BB4E. I took a look at it. It is written in third person, which is not my favorite. And since this wasn't I don't have a desire to read it. So
yeah.
Unhauling It Shall Go.
So I have Foolish Games by Tracy Solheim. We met her when we did Readers and Writers in Seattle. She was across the way from us. She came from the eastern side of the country, I believe. And I got this book from her. I love this book. It is hockey. It is surprise baby, where like a baby just shows up kind of a thing. It's a great, great book. Again, I don't talk about it. I don't need to have it on the shelf. But it is signed by her.
Okay. Another book I'm unhauling is Over the Line by Elsie Faber. Love the cover. Did not care for the book at all. Okay. Love the cover. And I decided I shouldn't just keep a book based on its cover if I didn't care for it. So unhauling.
Okay. This is perfectly free. It's by Tracy Gerald. I got this. I don't know if you got one too, but I got this in our Bray swag bag, and I don't want to.
Okay, next I have a series, a trilogy that I bought. It is signed, not personalized, just signed. It's Irish, so I thought I would really enjoy it. It's Bound for Ireland series. The first book is Intractable Souls. It's by Trisha Daniels. And it's a trilogy, like I said. So all 3 books are going. I just never read it. I took a look at it. It's in third person. It's not my favorite. It's been sitting on my shelf since we did Canada Invades the Rockies, which was 2.5 years ago. Yeah. Or not Canada. Romance Invades the Rockies. Wow, Canada Invades the Rockies. No, that's not what we went to. So I am unhauling. Okay. These are hard decisions for me. So I think that if I make the decision to unhaul, we should not question it at all.
No, and it's in a video, so you can't take it back. Okay, so this next one is One Look by Lena Hendricks. I got this when we were in Seattle for our very first real Seattle signing, Love in Seattle. This one is actually one of a kind, and it actually says to Jessica, this one is one of a kind, because the copyright page is printed upside down. I loved this book. I just don't need to keep it. It's just taking a space. Somebody else can enjoy it now and have it be their shelf trophy.
I think that you have this in your Pango store already. I might be wrong. This is the Dark and Quirky book box edition of Take You Down by McKay Marie. Zero desire to read it.
Yeah. Don't even understand. Okay, so the next one that I got, this is a trilogy. I got this from that bookstore down in Australia that Karen had her books at one point in time. And I Got it because Karen said she read it and it was great. And I thought it was going to be one thing, and I don't think it is. I thought it was going to be like a survival romance, but it's 3 books long and it's not. And it's pretty and whatever as it is. I just don't have the desire anymore. So that starts with Beautifully Wild by Lisa Bow, but it is a trilogy. And it's all pretty and stuff, but I just don't care.
That is really pretty.
It's pretty. Just don't care. I can't do it. It just takes up a huge chunk of space.
How many books do you have left?
2.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I have Crazy Love by Willow Astor. This is just simply a duplicate. I believe it came in a swag bag. I have the whole series on my shelf. I can't justify keeping a second copy.
Totally understandable. Speaking of, I have Ravager.
It's a great series, though.
Yeah, I have Ravager by Karina Halley. I ended up with 2 copies of this after BB4E because I don't even know how I ended up with 2 copies of this, but somehow I ended up with 2 copies of this at BB4E. They were in the swag bag or something, and so yeah, it's signed by her and everything because I got them both signed. So Ravager. This is her MFM Dark Viking romance, and I really want to read this. It's on my shelf, but I only 2 of them on my shelf.
And I have The Wild Boys Duet. I did not like this book at all. It's by Sarah Kate. I like her other stuff. I did not care for this, so I decided I did not need to keep this special edition on my shelf.
Okay, and my last one is
this is hard for me.
I know. Honeysuckles and Snapdragons by January Rain. But obviously I have Honeysuckles and Snapdragons up here that Coveted did. And so I don't need to keep paper copies if I have the special editions because that's just silly. It's just taking up room. So those will go into my store as well.
Okay.
There you have it. There's our unhauling.
There it is. Let us know what you thought.
Mm-hmm. And there's more. I mean, I unhauled a lot. This is just a portion of what I unhauled.
Good for you.
Yeah.
This was it for me.
Yeah. Oh no, like I have like a whole series of from Blood and Ash series. I have all those books and I just didn't care to finish the series because it took so long for her to write the books that what do I got those sitting around for? Things like that.
So maybe our goal can be if people want to see it again, we can do this again like come fall.
Next January.
Or January. I was thinking fall because we would be done with our events that we'd be going to.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing what we wanted to be getting for Christmas and that sort of thing. Might be a good time. Or we could do it after Christmas too. Whatever.
True. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, let us know if you want to see another one. In the meantime, make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and most Wednesdays for fun videos from us. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our 26 books of 2026 giveaway.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, we will.